Hey, 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 it's that time of the week again where we get to reveal the winner of Monday Fun Day. Carly and I were just talking about what it was we were going to talk about this week, and we didn't really know. So, this might be the shortest or the most pointless video we've ever shot.
Maybe.
Maybe. Just saying. So, cool. Then let's get to the question. What was the largest pumpkin of 2019?
Yep.
So pumpkin, which was the largest pumpkin?
2175.
You believe that? That's a big freaking pumpkin. Now,
Yes,
it's
is.
not the largest ever in the history of ever, but it was pretty darn large.
Yeah.
It's second largest, I believe,
It's a big one.
according to the pumpkinologists. There's pumpkinologists. And they like weigh them and they bring them places. I'm like, do you just load this up on a truck and bring it like a semi?
Do you think they bring the scale to the pumpkin?
No. This is like they have a pumpkin festival, pumpkin off.
Oh,
Yeah. And it's in California, and there's a lot of pumpkins grown in California.
interesting.
Yeah. And as of now, a lot of California's on fire, so our hearts go out to you guys. I know a lot of my bioreferral only friends are living out that way, and it's a big deal right now. So,
Yeah,
anywho,
for sure.
big deal. You guys stay safe out there. I'm sure you're not going to be watching this video. You got bigger things to worry about. Yeah, so there's that. We had very few players, so some of you
Yeah.
guys are, you got good chances, better than the lottery.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know what else? Just as a shameless plug, give yourself the best chance ever when you're buying or selling a piece of real estate and call me. We're getting calls already. It was quick. What else can I tell you though? There was something I wanted to let everybody know. It's that that we are in a very unique, wonderful position right now. That as the year starts to wind down, a lot of agents take off, and they're just not around. And I'm not talking like just the high holidays, you know, like Columbus Day. I'm thinking like the other days that a lot of folks are just gone. And that's okay, but the season sort of gets at that weird state where who's working, right? Well, one, we're going to be working. But then two, what you need to know is that inventory will go up ever so slightly because people will still put their homes on the market, but other agents aren't showing their buyers homes. So if you know that you potentially are buying this year or early part of next year, just know that the inventory will go up and your days on market will start going up. So if you're listing a house, just know that you can expect it to sit for maybe an extra week. But also, if you're looking for a home, this time of year starts that cycle where you have a much better chance of landing a deal. Yesterday or 2 days ago, the Fed lowered the rate. I'm just going to give you a little secret about that. You don't automatically get a lower interest rate when the Fed lowers their rate, because there's a whole bunch of money that's already locked up at a higher rate that the current lenders have to go through before they get you the new money that was just released at a new rate. So just a little insider tip that most people don't know: when you wait for the rates to change, it actually takes a little longer. So we won't see the impact of this rate change until a little later. But that being said, the rates don't get much cheaper than this. And if it does, we probably have a bigger problem, like in the economy as a whole. So anyway, been spending a lot of time up in North County lately, new construction stuff. A lot of my clients that start with us down here in Seminole Heights, Tampa Heights, South Tampa, realize that they can get something different and newer and a little bit larger, so I've been spending a lot more time up that way. So again, some agents work in particular areas only, and because I work with people that are introduced to me, like what you guys do, you introduce me to your friends because you trust me. It means I go everywhere, so I kind of have to become an expert in a lot of areas really rapidly if I didn't already do transactions in those areas. But 17 years in, it's kind of what it is. Well, enough about me. Let's get back to the pumpkin, and Pumpkin's going to draw the pumpkin. How's that?
Mm-hmm.
They can't see. There you go. Yeah.
Sorry.
She was off camera doing the
Sorry,
swooping
I
of
was-
all the, you
Yes.
know. Anyway. No. You know what? All right, fine. He can win under one condition.
I don't know if he's won before.
I don't think he has
I
one.
don't think so either.
He has one condition. He has to claim the prize in person. At my house when he's looking at my electricity. Benji Richards, ladies and gentlemen. Benji freaking Richard. There we go. So, hey, buddy, good news. You're the winner. You have to claim the prize, but in order to get the prize, you gotta come to my house and look at my lights.
They still flicker.
They still flicker
They do
a little.
dance.
They do a little dance because of the hot water heater. So, there you go. Yeah. Oh, that was a little. But they don't. 5 minutes. We'll cut it short. But Tico jacked up our electricity, and so yeah, we had some problems with that. Did we tell them that story? We didn't tell you the story. Did we tell them that story?
I don't know. You posted it somewhere.
All right, we're done. So if you don't want to hear the story, you can just move on. But Tico had your telephone pole, your light pole.
Your electrical
pole.
lines.
It's got,
if you have above ground electrical lines,
yeah,
which we do.
If you live like in South Tampa, you got above ground utilities, right? Except for your water that runs below ground. Anyway, so you got a hot, and a neutral, right? Well, this little guy came off. This little piggy went over here, or here. Let's do it this way. This guy, and all of a sudden it's called a open neutral, and all of a sudden we got sparks going down over here, and then it was creating this sort of weird energy, like poltergeist was in the house.
Yes.
It was bizarre, and Carly woke up. This is 3 o'clock in the morning.
3:30 a.m.
What was happening to the stove?
The stove was making this horrible warning sound, basically, and I'm going, what is that? So of course I get up because I don't want everybody else to wake up. And it's actually, I didn't know what it was, but it was the stove when I got out there.
What was it reading?
I couldn't read it.
You didn't?
I could read that it said bad.
It's bad.
But then I couldn't read the next part because it was whatever.
Rotating.
But it was bad line. I found out later because my neighbor has the same oven.
Oh.
So it said bad line. Well, it's just beeping, and I go to the electrical panel and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing in the electrical panel. So I go back and I'm just, I'll unplug it. I'm trying to pull out the oven away from the wall, and I yelled at him, like, you gotta help me. We gotta get this turned off.
Meanwhile, this 3:30 in the morning, Connor comes
out and says, my lights are acting weird in my room. He sleeps with like 3 lights on.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's like, my lights are flickering and the fan's making like noises and going faster and slower. And I did notice that our fan in the living room was going kind of fast, but then I just pulled the cord and it slowed down to normal. So
oh my
I
gosh.
didn't think anything of it.
Cut the current. Oh my god.
So I didn't turn it off. I just clicked it one down.
Yeah.
But it started going slower.
So it was getting.
Anyway, he
surges of energy.
Tries to unplug. Well, he does unplug it.
I go in. I got
the big
cord
thing. Yeah, the big plug that goes to the oven.
I'm doing this
3 times. This very loud popping. It sounded like light bulbs popping, like loudly. So I pull Connor into the bedroom and shut the door.
I run backwards.
So
I didn't really run. More of a falling old man fall.
Yeah. You finally get it undone.
No.
Oh, you didn't unplug it?
No, the thing was like
Oh,
gigawatting.
you got it unplugged.
No.
Oh, well,
once the thing explodes and we started smelling.
Why? It was already smelling like burning before we even started unplugging.
So the dishwasher was burning, is what was happening.
We found out the dishwasher burnt up.
Yeah. Then I went out. I went to the panel.
To the electrical panel first.
Inside.
And you said, it's all off. Why are we still getting power? So then you went to the outside panel. I know you don't remember that.
I don't remember that part. It's 3:30. I'm in my underwear with no shoes on.
You did look at the panel, and I'm pretty
sure I looked at it, but I said,
this is weird. Everything's off. Why do we still have power? I don't know if you could tell.
No. We're okay. So hopefully we're not going to court on this because our stories are off. But what ended up happening was that I went outside to the exterior panel and I was going to shut off the main to the house. As I touched the box, I got electrojuiced. The panel itself was energized, is what the men call it. The energy guys. It's electrified. Anyway, I touch it and I go, oh! Like, this is not what I expect. I touched this a million times.
You can touch the panel and you're not going to get electrocuted.
Yes, because panels are generally not whatever. Anyway, what was happening is that the current is going through the grounding of the box. And I became the ground because I'm standing there in my underwear with no shoes on outside at 3:30 in the morning when my house is poltergeist. Anyway, so then I'm freaking out. And I'm like, this is a real problem. This whole house is going to go in flames.
Yeah.
My neighbors are outside doing the same thing, and I don't know if they're getting juiced either. Anyway, so I go and I take the meter out, and thank God that thing wasn't charged.
I think at some point maybe the wind blew, and so that it stopped touching the wires, like the neutral that fell stopped touching the others, so the power was released for a minute, and you were able to get the thing out.
Maybe.
Because I think you went back out there and touched with the meter thing.
I did.
It was still.
I did. Well, hold on. We
like,
did. You're. Sorry. She's jumping ship on me. I took the meter. That's the thing that connects the wires from the outside to the inside, and it reads the current in between. I took the meter out, so there's no way I'm getting power to my house. It's just not possible. Like scientifically, it's not possible unless all of a sudden there's power going down the grounding line. So that's basically what's happening. It's called an open neutral. Scientific term that I don't know nothing about. But at the end of the day, I took the meter out, and then I go back to the panel again and touch it, and it's still electrified. Mechanically, it's not possible, except for if you're getting energy down the neutral line, which grounds into the box. So it wasn't carrying 220, thank God, so I didn't go. Bleh.
Yeah,
but
right.
I took out the little meter, and I don't know if you guys know, voltmeters are one thing. This is a current connectivity. Anyway, it goes beep, 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 beep when there's current. It's just a cheat to know if there's current going in so that you can change a light bulb.
You're really not going to electrocute yourself.
Exactly. So I put it on the box, and it's still getting
You
current.
didn't even touch the box.
Yeah. I was like,
You were a couple inches
Yeah.
away, and it was
Crazy.
It was going crazy.
it was bananas. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Scary.
We have light strands, like kind of like Christmas lights
Cafe
outdoor.
lights outside.
Cafe lights. And I touched the lights. Beep, 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 beep. How is this possible? So I do what any sane person does. I call the police because I know my house is going to burn down. This is important.
Well, at that point, there were sparks down the way.
And there were sparks that were doing
Sparking.
this. Sparking.
Like there were real
Yeah.
sparks.
Yeah. And then, essentially, we almost died. But I called the police. I said, listen, this happened during Irma, and I'm concerned the house is going to go up like a ball of fire. The neighbor's house caught fire during this last time. And they're like, have you tried Tico yet? I'm like, yeah. Went to switchboard. So I figured you guys had a back line, like as if there's a line down, like in a road, you'd probably call them. Yeah, okay, we'll call them, but you should probably call too. I said, okay. So I hung up, and I called, and all of a sudden, this guy answers the phone. Hello? It was like a dude was just sitting there waiting. It was so crazy.
Was it an emergency number?
No. You call through, and they say, if you have a down line right now or something, call me. Or push
well,
one, and I
that's
pushed
why.
one, and the guy picked up.
So they must have somebody on call for that stuff all
Yeah.
the time. Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm like, dude, and I explain, I'm standing out in the yard, I'm getting electrocuted, I'm in my underwear with no shoes on, and it's catching fire, and the whole the whole thing. Oh, so sorry for your inconvenience. Well, let me take your callback number down. And I'm like, all right. And I'm thinking for sure this
Send
is
somebody.
Yeah. Sure enough, I go back to bed after whatever has happened, and my phone doesn't ring until 10 a.m. Like it's got a silent setting. And a guy called back and said, hey, we're on our way. They're coming from Ruskin, which isn't that far. I was surprised. They were there within 20 minutes. They had the big bucket trucks. Mm-hmm. And the guy looks at it and goes, you pulled your own meter? Oh my gosh, whoa. I'm like, yeah? What's the big deal about that? That's not hard. He goes, oh, you had an open neutral. Yeah, those things will shock you. I'm like, tell me about it.
A couple times.
Yeah. A gigawatt. Anyway, so at the end of the day, they came out, they fixed the lines, and we lost the dishwasher and a microwave.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now we're cooking on a campfire.
No, we just need to
Anyway.
fill out our claims.
So that was our excitement for the week. Well, anyway, that was exciting enough.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Made for a long
It's been a week.
It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So anyway, what we're excited about is running through the rest of the season with you guys. And the other day, we're closing this out with this. I put out a little note. Hey, if anybody needs help, or if your friends are looking to do something soon, let me know. And I got an overwhelming response. It was great.
Yeah.
So keep it up. I appreciate the trust, because that's what matters most in this business. Yeah. Jamie Adair, the agent who cares, Keller Williams, Tampa Central, with the best admin assistant ever, Pumpkin.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.